You are far smarter than you can ever imagine. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome, no problem that you cannot solve, and no goal that you cannot achieve by applying your mind to your situation. Go on and
Right. If you see our ugly faces, that means it must be Monday.
And it's 5:30.
What up, though?
What's happening, man? Look, another fine Monday in the motherfucking jungle. Yo, what up, people? What's happening, man? What's happening? Key, how was your fucking week? Let's start with that. How was your week?
Okay. My weekend was very short. I got to do something about my schedule. It's just I got one day off every 2 weeks, and that's Sunday. And because of that, I didn't really sleep all weekend. But last night, when I got in the bed, feeling good, 12 o'clock, right? Woke up at 1 o'clock and was up until 6:30 this morning. And then went to sleep at 7, woke up at 8. Went to sleep at 8:30, woke up at 9:30, woke up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. I was like, just get up.
Yeah, you wasn't sleeping.
I'm going to be shitty tonight at work. I'm going to be shitty to you today.
Okay, that's fine.
Hey.
Hey, look, so I'm going to be shitty too because I was off yesterday. Yesterday was supposed to be my day off.
Nice.
Right? And nah, motherfucker, it wasn't nice. Because the motherfuckers called me out. At first, I'm sitting on the sofa. They called me out, right? It was like, yo, we got an outage. We need you to come in.
Okay.
So I was like.
You was on call?
Yeah. Okay. So I was like, you know, it's going to take me about an hour. I'm sitting at home, mind you. It's going to take me about an hour to get in because I was contemplating just not going. Then all of a sudden, you know, that little voice goes off in your back of your head. Hey, stupid.
Get that fucking money.
It's double time.
Don't leave no money on the table, bruh.
It's double time. I was like, what? I changed it real quick. Ran out the door, didn't get home until like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well, count it up. Should I count your money?
No, you don't need to.
Okay.
I was counting as I was driving home. I was like, yep.
Because the blessed thing is that from 1 o'clock until tomorrow, you work tomorrow?
Yes, I work tomorrow.
So that's what I'm saying. So and from 1 o'clock this morning until tomorrow, like you Gucci.
Yeah. So when I get off now, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go home and stuff my face and fuck around and I'm gonna sleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna sleep. That's what I do. But this week has not been a bad week. It's been okay.
I was out yesterday. One of my girlfriends bought a Harley.
Oh, that's what I meant to say.
Did you see that? And she don't know how to ride it. So
if you need to learn how to ride a motorcycle,
yes, sir.
Go to Coach Kiki.
Yes, sir.
Coach Kiki will take care of your ass.
She didn't know how to do shit, but turn that bitch on.
Yo, look, Coach Kiki said, "Go ahead, let the clutch go. Give it a little bit more. Move faster." Next thing you know, she was just scooting around the parking lot.
Feet was up. Feet was up. And the turn, I was like, "You got to commit to the turn," because she wasn't trying to commit.
You have to
like,
commit.
Where you look is where you go. Like all these catchphrases, I'm trying to tell her right. Shorty was round and round and round and round and round.
It'll be no time.
Shout out to Sincere. Y'all gonna see Sincere on the set soon.
You're gonna see her on the show. She's riding. She's gonna get more and more comfortable. I think as you get her more comfortable, you move her out in the traffic. And
yes, sir.
But if you need to learn how to ride a motorcycle, you never rode a day in your life, hit Coach Kiki.
I got you.
Coach Kiki will talk you through the way, and in the same day, she will have you ride like a champ. Now, you may not be the best, but you can ride.
Shit me. Now, that's another set of schooling right there. That's another set of... I got them, too. I got them skills, too. What's up?
I mean, hey, that you showed them skills because Shorty was... At first, she was looking real stiff on the back. Like, yo, she was looking stiff like a board. Like, I don't want to move. This thing is not right. I'm scared. And then she get it. Then, the last video, you see her feet up and she just cruising down.
I made her walk that motherfucker all the way around. I made her walk it. I patted in neutral. You gonna walk it because you gonna see how heavy this bitch is.
You dirty motherfucker! Yes, she's a dirty motherfucker. Yo,
then she wanted to use the clutch. Then of course.
You made her walk that heavy, bitch?
I surely did.
That's a Harley though, man. If it was a sports bike, I'd be like, all right, cool, I get that joint. But a Harley though?
No.
You was torturing her legs. Her little legs is humming today. I bet they are.
She told me, bitch, I got bruises and cruises, and plus all that stuff is hot down there. I got a question for you.
What up, though?
With those Harleys, can she get the carbon stuff on there to keep the heat from right there, or it just is what it is?
It is what it is. There's certain things on there. Well, I have to look at the bike because there's certain things that will help try to keep the heat off of you. But first of all, what year is it?
It's like a 07.
So it's air cooled. So the heat is going to rise on it regardless. The heat is going to ride on it regardless. So that parking lot pimping that y'all are doing, yeah, y'all going to feel all that heat.
I wrote it just so I can see, so I can feel her pain, right?
Her coochie was baking last night. Yeah, she had a baking coochie last night. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, I know that thing was hot. I know that thing was hot, girl. Shit, listen. Man, so Kiki, if y'all are friends with Kiki, this is what I need to tell y'all. If y'all are friends with Kiki, there are going to be some days that you just love Kiki because Kiki's on point. And then there's going to be some days Kiki's going to send you some shit that's going to downright piss you the fuck off. And you know what? And it's the type of shit that you like, really? You wasted your time watching this shit. Now you want to waste my time to watch this shit?
I had to. Because listen, for everyone on here, black men, black women, they're trying to cancel Kevin Samuels. Yeah. And I'm not a fan of that. So in trying to look these things up, I know, get on me. I got it. I want all the smoke today about Kevin Samuels. Come on. I don't 100% agree with everything he say, but I don't 100% disagree either.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
With that being said, I'm researching some stuff, and it led me to some dumb bitches. Bitches with a Y. So y'all don't.
Wait. So is it dumb bitches or dumb bitch? You pluralized, so that means it was two. So is it fair to say, is it because
she got a following?
Yes. So it is bitches.
It's bitches.
This bitch we got to use that, and I use that term strongly. Strongly. This bitch has a following of fucked up mind thinking
you
like
big dummy.
Yo. There's this video, and if you choose that you want to see this video, I will kindly send it to you. Inbox me, hit me up, let me know. I will send you this video.
And I too will send it to you.
Yo, the chick that was hosting the interview got so fed up and just hung up on the bitch.
Her name is Jessica X.
Yes.
She is over the pond though. She over in Britain or somewhere, but she was interviewing some girl over here because these were the women that wanted to cancel Kevin Samuels.
Yes.
And there was a podcast that he did that was talking about domestic discipline. Not punching nobody in the face, but the people who live into, I guess, subscribe to the BDSM. Did I say that right? BDSM? What is that? Is that correct?
BDSM, yeah.
Yeah, they subscribe to that lifestyle. He was explaining that if my wife get out of pocket and I say a safe word and she still keep going, she don't try to bring that shit in, I have to discipline her. He said, and I take her to the back and I spank her ass. And the girl felt the way about it. She was, she took it a whole nother level. So they wanna cancel Kevin Samuels.
Nah, man. So what, are you gonna take his girl in the bank and spank her ass? I mean,
she subscribed to it. She consent to it.
If she consents to that, and that's the lifestyle she chooses to live, then hey, go ahead. That's her cup of tea.
Who am I to get mad at Tasha because Tasha let you spank her? Who am I?
You can't. But this chick did. This chick had a whole video. Let me tell you this. This bitch comes on there and says at first, she used to be in a strip club. She was a stripper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then she gets on there and she says, well, I'm a sex worker.
Yeah.
So when you said sex worker, I'm sitting there thinking, first thing that popped in my mind was, this bitch is a whole prostitute.
Yeah.
She's selling pussy.
Yeah.
It comes out later on in the video that she's selling pussy.
Yeah.
But her ideology is crazy. Like, she was like, well, I know this my first baby dad. We was cool. I met him, and we were real friends, and we were cool for 3 years before we decided to do anything. I think that was a lie. I think she was smashing the whole time, and she tricked him into having a baby.
Yeah, there's some trickness.
The fathers have custody of the children. They have custody of the children. She was like,
I gave it to him. And then she said she still gets child support. White man, can we pull up something? What's your name today?
You got a name for us today?
Because we don't even Blanco Mihu.
We don't get names like that no more. I kind of miss that. We don't get the
I don't get none of that
until we get
back on StreamYard. Right now, I'm just...
You just white man?
Ordinary white man.
Oh, he's ordinary white man.
Yeah, I'm just ordinary white man.
No, his ain't ranch dressing today.
How do you... I mean, how do you...
Ranch dressing.
Has some tang to it.
Ranch dressing.
Ranch dressing.
Oh, man.
So,
can you help us out a little bit? Just, I don't care what part. Just...
All right, right now, I have it on the 25-minute mark. So here we go. So
just pay attention, people.
Yes. Enjoy your viewing pleasure.
Oh, and we want to tell you that
it's coming up on the screen?
Ignorance.
You're muted, so we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you perfectly.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on, first of all. They've been wanting me to come on your show on my channel a couple of times. I've heard of you. I haven't really consumed a lot of your content. I've maybe watched a couple of videos, but the reason that I think that Kevin Samuels needs to be canceled is because he doesn't really care about Black women. Okay. He's pushing a false narrative that he's never even seen a woman be abused. But then he goes into this narrative of how he's seen one woman fight her man, and a woman can't fight a man. Okay, it's not either the power dynamic is absolutely skewed in a man's favor. So the fact that he would even see that as fighting with a woman and a man is just absolutely insane to me. And then another thing that I wanted to say is that I mean, he does. I do see that he did say that he would like there's consent involved in this domestic discipline idea. And that's fine. However, I think that was not mentally healthy for a woman to do that. That's closer to a consensual BDSM relationship, in my opinion. And why is it that they're so, and I'm almost finished, I'm sorry, because I do sometimes get long-winded. But sometimes it seems like they're so desperate for the veil of masculinity that's not actually earning actual masculinity. Why would a true man with resources who is an alpha male need to strike a woman to correct her behavior? I just don't think this is a healthy idea of creating a romantic relationship with any woman that a man cares about.
Okay, so I'll kind of address what you said from the beginning, and then we'll just follow through and let the conversation flow.
Move along.
Okay, first things first.
You need to move along a little bit.
Okay, so we're going to pause right there, y'all.
Address that part, though.
Because we're going to move a little more further into this shit.
Yeah.
And the further we get into this shit, it's going to have some of y'all like, the fuck?
I was pissed off.
Yeah. What?
I was pissed off.
I was so pissed, I had to hang up and call Kiki and was like, I'm not watching this shit no more.
I said, please.
Can't do it. She begged me to watch this shit with her.
So listen, first of all, she jumped onto something that he did not say.
No.
She was speaking about masculinity and all that stuff, and that's what she gets on. This lady that y'all look at, that you're looking at, hates black men. She says it. She never wants to give birth to a black baby boy. It's coming. And so I'm trying to keep y'all attention because I know it's a little slow. And she said, she says that a woman can't fight a man and can never beat a man.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that because I've seen some females whoop a nigga ass.
Get out on niggas.
What? And whoop his ass. I mean, whoop his ass. So for her to say that is, okay, I get it. The average woman, you know what I mean? I see the genetic makeup is different. I get that. But you can't say a woman can't beat a man. I don't believe that.
You can't say that. Because I'm telling you, all it takes is advantage. It takes advantage. And for real,
she ain't ran across one of these Dom motherfuckers yet.
Every now and again.
She ain't ran across one of them little niggas, them women niggas.
You know what my daddy told me? My daddy said, every now and again the sun shines on a dog's ass. And let me tell you.
And a clock is usually right twice a day. Fuck. Nigga, a clock, if you ain't no AM and PM and this is stuck at 3 o'clock, that clock right twice a day.
And you don't gotta be a dom. You gotta hit the nigga in the right spot. You can sleep any nigga. If you hit the nigga in the right spot, I've learned that.
Anybody can be slept. Anybody. It doesn't matter. Man, woman. I mean, a woman can sleep a dude. I don't care what you say.
You catch them in that right spot in their temple. Good night.
I don't care. I don't care what you say. I don't care.
White man, did you move up some?
Yeah.
I moved it up to about the 59:22 mark.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh.
Come on, y'all, because she gets dumber.
Hold on. Where we
and
at
for
now?
real, if y'all want this link, let us know. We're going to send it to you so y'all can watch it. I should have did that prior to today.
We should have sent the link?
It should have sent the link. Let everybody look at it.
I'm going to post the link so everybody can see this shit.
Lord Honesty says, Jess, ask her why overweight black women think blaming black men will change them. And if black men are dusty, what are black women? If is right, so men. Your box is dust.
Women are reflections, yo. So if we're dusty, we're the reflection of the men in our community.
Ooh. Okay, I think I've missed.
I'm what you look like. I'm what black men look like. If you don't like it, change it. Duh.
So Jonathan Barronville comes back with another $50 super chat. He says, I know this fatty baby mama did not just refer to herself as exotic. Thank you, Jonathan.
Y'all think I care that you think I'm fat? I don't. I get money, fat or not.
Lee Wash says, Bossy, it seems that you're admitting your faults, but you seem to be blaming men as the reason that you're faulty. Would you agree with that?
I chose wrong. I said that already. I chose black men, which was the wrong choice. Now I no longer, they're always saying choose better, choose better, choose better. So I'm choosing better by no longer choosing black men. I gave custody of my children to the dusty black men that that I naively made children with, and said, you know what, let me level up in life, and then I'll come back for my kids when I have my mansion, so on and so forth. Most black men who have children out of wedlock wish that they're the ones with resources. Wish that the women would give them custody. And I've been actually applauded by men who are fighting for custody from their baby moms. I've been applauded by them saying, you know what, more women should give custody to the men.
DT says, nah, no cap. Old white men do pay good money for the black female fetish, $700 to $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Made Man says, so you can't find a good black man, but you want to speak on black issues. I get agent vibes here. Thank you, Made Man. We're going to get through these quickly because I do want to speak to her. James Cole says, exotical equals ran through and misandrist 304. Wizard X says, college degree, but doing OnlyFans and sex work. You can't make this stuff up. Primetime VA says, regular women don't make much on OnlyFans. Unless you're a porn star or something, you aren't making that much.
I'm a porn star.
Oh, okay.
Look, you gonna stop it right there. You can't make this shit up, y'all. And we didn't make, so just so you know, we're not making this up. And there's more. There's more.
She is so ignorant. Like, I can't even.
Ignorant is an understatement. Ignorant is an understatement.
Yes, please right
go ahead. Go ahead.
Come on, ranch dressing.
With a slight tang.
Spicy ranch.
At some point, there was in the early part of her statement. Let's get to the beginning. When I felt like, okay, I try to understand where she was coming from.
Me too.
Okay.
And I get the sense that she just did not like just didn't like black men disrespecting black women. Period.
Okay, I can see that.
I kind of got the sense that's
from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think later on, there was always that point in time where, when you let a person just continue to talk, somehow the message gets lost.
It does.
And I think her message that she was trying to put out there got completely lost, and especially for her to be who she is, I really got the sense she just, this is another form to where she can get content, she can exploit herself, put herself out there and say, hey, look at me, I'm on this show, I'm talking whatever stuff I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And then in the end, she'll say, hey, follow me on my OnlyFans page. That's the only premise I got out of these two little clips we got out here. Now, with what she's been saying, especially the latter part of not being, bettering herself. Yeah. That's her choice. If she feels that look, I've been with these numerous amount of black men who have disrespected me, who has done nothing for me, has done nothing for my kids. So logically, I feel like I'm disassociating myself from them. I'm just going to focus on other races who will probably love me better than you guys do, because you don't love me. You just want to fuck me, make babies out of me, and leave. I got the sense of that. Okay. But for her but then adding on to the fact of her stating, is like, well, I'm going to give my kids to these guys.
She gave the kids.
Yes, yeah. So I feel like, one, I think about, I gave that face that you guys look because I was thinking it's like, strategically, yes, I would say it's a smart move.
No, she said she's going to get her kids back when she has a man.
That's the latter part I want to get to. At first, I felt like, okay, strategically, it's a smart move because then it's like, okay, it kind of enforces them to finally be responsible. Because if they weren't responsible while you were taking care of them, while you, it's like, okay, we created this together, but you feels like I need to, let you handle them. Let me do my thing. Let me be like you. Let me have my fun. And then when I come back, when I'm stable and whatever, I'll come and give them back. I got the sense of that's her game plan. Now, you can frown and moan and groan all that, but honestly, I felt like it's like, in a weird sense, that's all mostly guys do nowadays. It's like, well, you can take care of the kids. I'll try to do my child support, and then until they get some sense of responsibility, they'll finally get themselves together, and then they'll come back in their lives. But their kids will be 15, 16 already, and really, already got infested with the mindset that their mom and their dad just really don't like each other. So
is it fair to say with her daughters, when she decides to mosey back into their lives at the age, like you said, maybe 15, 16, that this time the daughter's going to be like, the fuck do I want with you for?
Right. So pretty much it's like, since you're out of their lives, you missed out on their upbringing and all that stuff. So pretty much you're kind of like, you're doing what your baby daddy's been doing.
You don't have the right to speak on that when you're doing the exact same thing. She is dogging black men. You're a hypocrite. You're dogging black men, and yet I don't give. And then to me, okay, you leave. The responsible thing is to give them to who can take better care of them, right?
Of course.
As you jump online and tell everybody you fuck for a living and you got OnlyFans and you a stripper and you blah, blah, blah. Like, where is the responsibility in that?
Pause. Can I ask a question real quick? Because one, she said she was a sex worker. Okay, I know we got to call her. Hold on a second.
Okay, call her.
Because I know she said she was a sex worker. She has an OnlyFans page and she was a stripper. You know what I mean? How she carried herself. How she carried herself.
I'll get to that after the caller.
How she carried herself is how they're going to treat you.
You think that, yeah.
Call her, who we talking to? Call her. I think I know who this is. Come on with it.
It's Brandy.
This is Brandy.
Hi, Brandy.
Come on, Brandy. Come on, boo. Come on.
Listen, y'all know I love Kevin, right?
Yeah.
I love Kevin. Kevin is a marketing genius.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Because people love negativity and people love hatred. So a lot of things that he say is the absolute truth.
It is.
It's the absolute truth. Mm-hmm. The problem is his delivery.
Yes.
But he knows what he's doing. A lot of people miss the message because it's not wrapped in a bow form. Yeah. She is the prime example of what he's talking about.
Yes.
The best thing she said thus far was the fact that she gave her children away.
Absolutely.
You know why? She does not need to raise them because she is hurt.
Yep.
And she is going to instill hatred in them.
Yep.
Yes.
So the best thing she could have done was gave them to their dusty daddies. And considering that she came from her dusty daddy,
well, she's
the prime example. She's the prime example of what she's talking about, right?
No, wait a minute. Her daddy was a preacher. We didn't get to that yet.
We didn't get to that part
yet. Her daddy was a preacher. That's a whole other thing.
And he probably touched her.
Oh my God! So when I was listening to this in the car riding down the road, I said it. I said either her daddy raped her or somebody in her family raped this girl to have her hate herself the way she
Brandy,
does.
I'm gonna send you this link.
Deep-rooted issues.
Brandy,
yes. I'm
gonna send you this link. I need you to watch it in its entirety, and then tomorrow when I get on in the morning, when I get off, I'm tagging you so me and you can go deep, because I want y'all to see it so y'all can understand what y'all commenting on. This woman is the hurtest of the hurt.
I'm sharing this to my
and
Facebook
she
page.
honestly is preaching misandry. She wants you to hate black men.
Yes.
So she is, just like you said.
Well, she tells you that she doesn't care about anybody. She just cares about making the money. And the money that she's
So
making,
you know what she said? She's proud with being a bed wench.
Yep.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yep.
She'll tell you that.
I'd rather be a dusty black woman than to be a bed wench. Me and my dust gonna get a little bit more respect.
Facts.
And I'm also mad that she tried to tell me getting a spanking is a bad thing. I'm about to talk back.
She did say that.
But she's a whole jump off, so why would she like that type of shit, though? Like, come on.
That's work.
So when you watch it, Brandon,
That's work.
The lady then offers the people in the chat she said, I will give you head on camera if you send me money to fix my teeth.
Yes, remember that?
It gets worse.
She was like, yo, I'm going to suck your dick. If you send me the money to get my joint, I will suck your dick on OnlyFans page. I said, what? I had to look over my wife like, yeah, but I want to see what this is about.
She's so trifling. She got kicked off the show.
She is slick slow.
Yeah.
You know those people that appear functional, but they not? She is slick slow.
Because she had me in the beginning. I was like, okay, she articulate.
No,
she's INGing. She's enunciating.
She knew how to trick you and drag you in, and then the real her came out. You had to wait a minute.
You met her representative.
Thank you.
I'm gonna send you this link, Brandy.
Look, I posted it on my page for y'all to really freaking see this shit.
Kiki, if it's that bad, I'm tagging you tonight, so I hope you off.
Go to work. That's what
Shit,
I said.
if it's that Brandy, tag me. Yeah, hell, tag me.
Wait till the morning. You still got my workload.
Wait, because I got about an hour worth of content for her already. So and I ain't even get past the second section.
Look, it gets worse.
I just said it to you,
because she can't talk about my black men. Y'all know how much I love black ones. The real black ones, Lord. She can't talk about my brothers, even though they terrible sometimes. But goodness graciousness, no. She like Candace.
It gets worse.
Candace Owens, yes.
Hold on, it gets worse. And what happens is she says that if a black man has a job and he's let's say he's in corporate America, right? And he's got a job, he's a failure. In her eyes, he's a failure.
Yeah, you should work for yourself.
What they supposed to do?
No, they're. It doesn't matter. So for you fellas that have these high paying jobs and everything like that, in this chick's eyes, you are a fucking failure. You are a failure
because you're supposed to be an entrepreneur like her.
Yes,
correct.
Just laying on her back, selling her pussy. If you're not an entrepreneur like her, you're a loser.
Ding, ding.
Can we get to the next section, Brandy?
You know what?
Back, boo.
Thank you, Brandy. I sent it to you, B.
Look. Okay. Can we get to? Can we move to it? Can we get to the next section?
Yeah.
Because these people need to. They with us today. They need to see, understand this shit. And the problem is, there are women out there that have this thinking, and you may know a few.
Stinking thinking.
Ain't it?
Here we go.
Right. I don't need Invisalign to suck dick and do my job. So.
Okay, so what I wanted to ask
matter of fact, whoever sends me the money, I'll suck your dick on OnlyFans. How about that? Send me the money to fix my teeth since you got so much to say about it. Go ahead and sponsor my teeth getting fixed since you got so much to say about it. And I'm still just gonna buy a new bag.
I don't think I've ever been lost for words, bossy empress. So that is a first. But what I did want to ask you is, are you looking for a relationship?
Mm-mm.
You're just looking to have fun. You don't ever plan on having one.
I don't see the incentive. See, what I teach on my channel is to remove the incentive of cooch and romance in the beginning to get to the integrity of a man. Because women, no matter if they're a sex worker or not, they're gonna get used for the box anyway. No man is talking to you or interacting with you, and even some of your family members, they nasty asses, they still want to sleep with you. So my thing is, of
course, that's natural.
Right, that's natural. So my thing is, get that money, honey. Get your money. Like, why sit up here and virtue signal when you can get your bills paid and all of that? They want to sit here and say they want my teeth to be straighter. Fine. pay for my fucking grill. And you'd have to pay at least $5,000 because it's $2,500 to fix my teeth. Plus, I want another $2,500 to go on vacation while I'm healing up. So you got it, baby. Just sponsor that shit.
How long do you think your lifestyle is going to last?
It lasts forever, sweetheart. I do phone sex, webcam, and all of that, and it'd be old grandmas on there getting fucked and making that bed. So
how much do you make?
$5,000 a week.
You make $5,000 a week right now.
Oh, me? I'm not saying me. No, I don't. I'm not disclosing my monetary. No, I make a lot of money, but it's none of your business. I don't do the bag drop, but you can drop your bag if you want to. You can see, I don't do the pocket. See, that's what's wrong with Blackistan and people that are nakers and Blackistan and people that don't have any class. They would love to pocket watch. Y'all love to fucking people who have class don't ask how much money they're making. They don't. That's not a classy question to ask.
But you were definitely.
I take that back.
I have to stop her again.
Okay.
Stop again. Come on.
Stop her again, because you're going to have to rewind back a little bit before that.
I don't want to rewind. I want to keep moving forward. This woman, which I say lightly,
yes,
is the current definition of the modern day mindset of I am entitled to everything. I am who I am. You can't deny me who I am. I'm going to get what I'm going to get. Doesn't matter what you say, I'm still going to get it, and all that bullshit.
Let me stop you for 1 second, because the part, I think when you missed the beginning when she was explaining how she passes as a white woman and how she fights off all the black men because she looks exotic, how she fights all of them off.
Well, mind you, keep based off. But here's the thing: but with the, as you can tell, the image of the image, it's up close. All you see is cleavage. So probably, if you go to her Instagram, if you decide to do that, you probably have the over the shoulder top and does all that stuff, and really pretty much you can't tell how her size is. Excuse me for a minute.
She said she a big junk.
She said she a big girl. She said she's a big girl. She has an OnlyFans page, so I really want to know. I want to see.
Everyone says
I don't
she's
really
fat.
see her, but I just want to see.
Everyone says she's fat. She says she's fat, and she says it's all good because I get money.
So she's a prostitute. So like now she, if further in the video, she says that she only deals with white guys now.
I wanted him to get to the part where she was talking about black men. That's the part that I wanted him to
He skipped over that part. He skipped over that part. Because that part where it infuriated you. Like,
well, the thing is, let's say this, but the thing for her is, one, she's not a porn star, because I know porn stars. She says she's a cam model. That's all she's there for. She, mind you, she's probably not even getting $5,000 a week, as she claims to be, because she probably gets a lot of normal followers, and based off of what they give her, she probably gets, maybe I would say, at least good half that.
Okay.
But in all honesty, for most of the, like I said, for the OnlyFans and Cam Sodas and any other webcam stuff, a lot of the adult entertainers, they will get more, they'll get more hits because of the fact of who they are. People know who they are. Okay. We don't know who this chick is. No. She's trying to get there.
She.
Yes.
So she has a following, though. She
has a following based off the fact of not her statements, but basically of what she's doing, and that's it. And probably that following compared to quote unquote a porn star is probably less than a tenth. Yes, okay. Less than that. So really, it's like, look, like I said before, she is just stating statements just to gain for content for herself. Like she just said it. I'm shocking you. And that's all it is. I'm not taking. There was a moment in time where it's like I was with you until you continued to talk, and people like her, and it's not just women. It's just men do this too. It's like when you continue to talk about certain things to a point where it's like a logical person would sit there, and the host, I can tell she's a bit logical, where she states the fact is like, what the hell is she talking about? I mean, and mind you, she's British. Yes. That's the funny part.
She said, "What do you know about issues over here? You in Britain?" She said, "Oh,
Brittany has the same issues.
That's what she said.
Yo,
This girl is so fucking ignorant, yo.
So Lexi Will said.
What Lexi said?
Lexi said like I said, my grandmother would call her yellow waist. Wait a minute. Yellow waist, not yellow.
Say
yellow.
What you want? Gabe said, I'm following her.
Look, I mean her.
Ty said her following.
Can we rewind back a little bit so you can really hear some other things she's saying, because at that point what we were just showing you now is getting close to the end, and it's getting close to the end with her, and old girl is getting, because old girl was roasting her ass with her own statements, and Shawty was just didn't know what to do,
and the comment section was on fire.
What?
So white man, go in. Probably, I think I put you in at 26 minutes. I think you might. Because 24 is too early. She didn't really get going at the 24.
That was just the beginning.
She ain't really. I wish I had my earpiece in so I could kind of look at it and see. And you could, but just go around 26.
I would say 30.
No, he did 30.
He did 30?
And we was a little ahead of her when she talked about her kids.
26? Yeah, 25, 20. Well, 26. 26, 27?
Go around 26.
You know what I mean? Because I want them to hear.
30. I think this one.
I want people to hear. Like you were hearing the ignorant shit that was really aggravating, but you need to really hear her on her real ignorant shit.
All right.
And what scares me is that there are people that think this way. Like this is such thing.
Like you said, she's got a following, and these people. I agree with what White Man saying, but there's some of these people on that following believe what she says and think just like her,
which makes it sad for the black man. Like I will fight you over my black man. I will. It's cooler in here. I will fight you.
But we got AC now.
Man. I feel like it.
I feel from there, cool. From that thing.
All the way around to me.
So, all right, well, here she is. One last
woman be abused. But then he goes into this narrative of how he's seen one woman fight her man, and a woman can't fight. Sometimes it seems like they're so desperate for the veil of masculinity that's not actually earning actual masculinity.
Narrative, so you have to watch the language that you're using when you're saying these things. And then he says he saw it once and they were fighting each other. So do you not think that a woman has, and here's the thing, okay? If I was to hit a man, he has the ability to do more damage to me than I can do to him. That's correct. But it doesn't mean that I don't have the ability to harm a man. So I can fight a man. I might lose, but I can fight him.
You can defend yourself. A fight is fair. You can defend yourself against your abuser, but fighting, the fact that he even thought that fighting was a good descriptive word to use between and first off, a man, if he has any integrity at all, which high value men have integrity. You can have money, you can have resources, that doesn't make you high value. If you lack the integrity of a real man, then you are not a man, period. The fact that you think that you need to hit a woman in order to punish her or correct her behavior, to me is indicative that you are not a man. Okay. Why would you need to hit a woman who's obviously much weaker than you?
Just quickly, fighting, it doesn't matter if one person is weaker than the other. A fight is a fight. When he Wyatt not fighting her husband when she stabbed him.
Don't know.
Thank you, Chris.
In emotional, she's in emotional distress. I'm not saying that it's acceptable. I'm saying a man of integrity who is spiritually and grounded in his integrity should not hit a woman. I'm not excusing women's bad behavior. I think that women should be held accountable for that as well. But you don't escalate the situation by putting your hands on a woman. But
well, you literally just said that she's emotionally distressed. So you are justifying her behavior. Within that, you've given an excuse for why a woman would hit a man.
It's an observation. It's not an excuse. It's an observation. Because compare themselves since.
No, it's if you were sincere. I know John Doe says
about the LGBTQ. I didn't. A black man who is probably heterosexual made it about lesbians. But go ahead.
John Doe says, "Dear caller, drugs are bad for your mind." Mike Love says she is rude. Don't allow her to interrupt your point of view. Thank you, Mike Love. GC says Kevin's channel will continue to grow and the wannabe exotical bossy empress will continue to live in Section 8 housing. Mel says, first of all, to this little girl, most of the DV situations are in same-sex couples, not straight couples. Police officers can vouch for that. And DT says, she's a hurt single mum. Makes sense.
No, my baby daddies are single fathers.
Neil Stewart says, Jess, you cannot converse with someone who is incapable of logical discourse, no ability to draw inference or conclusions. Avoid them. And thank you, Corey. He says, light skin exotica, so a colorist as well.
I'm not a colorist. My babies are brownies. And I love dark-skinned black men, and my babies are dark-skinned. And I created them on purpose with dark-skinned men so that I could breed back a African phenotype into my lineage. I'm not a colorist.
Okay, so how old are you?
I don't want to discuss my age on your platform.
Okay, you don't have to divulge your age. But obviously you have children. How many children do you have?
2 beautiful little girls. Thank God I didn't give birth to a boy.
Okay, so you have 2 girls by 2 different men?
Scallywag. White man, I'm not gonna sit back. I'm gonna let white man go ahead and get her.
So let's dissect this, because from there you got to pick it right back up.
You got to pick from right from that point on and move on from there and keep going.
She's remedial.
Come on, white man. Come on. Come on. Come on. You were giving her the benefit of the doubt in the beginning. Now what are you giving her? Look, he's at a loss for words.
I said it. It's because all I'm going to do is repeat what I said. I gave her the benefit of the doubt at the beginning until she continued to talk. And then either she contradicts herself,
yes,
or she puts more stuff in her mouth that she shouldn't have. Reason why she's not divulging her age, because she knows for well she's too young to even try to think smart. I just feel like, again, these are people where they think they're grown but they're not, and they feel like street smarts is the equivalent of actual educational book smarts. It's not. You understand. I can understand you lived your life outside the schoolroom and all that stuff, and you figure it's like, yeah, I know how to do, divide and multiply and all that stuff. Yeah, you've been dividing your legs and multiplying with everybody else. So
what you want to bet I know who that is?
Yeah.
Caller. Who we talking to?
Wait, I'm back here, Savage. Sis said, my baby daddies is single.
Brandy, help me understand.
We cannot make this shit
Brandy, help me understand.
She redeemed herself, y'all.
But serious, come on, man.
She redeemed herself. She redeemed herself. She said, y'all ain't making us single mamas no more. Fuck that. Y'all single daddies.
Y'all single daddies.
Yo,
that girl is a low key genius. We can't even talk about her no more. It's over.
Brandy,
it's gonna
stay
go
right there.
Brandy, stay there. Don't go nowhere. It's gonna get worse. You call her a genius right now. It's gonna get worse.
Go somewhere, don't go nowhere.
Go somewhere, don't go nowhere, please. Who's the next caller?
Can't make this shit up.
No. Caller, who we talking to? Hello?
Uh-oh. They hung up. Uh-oh.
Okay, no caller? Okay, well. Continue on. Y'all are laughing. Continue on.
Do we have to?
Yes. If I had to, y'all got to.
Look, I watched it. We shared it with them.
Yes, ma'am. And I get child support. And they have custody.
So they have custody, but you receive child support.
Yep, because they were so far behind in back pay when I had custody. I said, you know what? Since you don't want to take care of these kids and you don't want to pay child support, here you go. And they were so much in arrears that they can't even put me on child support, even if they wanted to. So I gave them custody.
You just willingly gave them custody?
Right.
Okay. TBE Trucking says she's mad because Kevin has been talking about women like her, single mums that will never be married, buy a dog.
I don't incentivize marriage to especially dusty, derelict men who weren't even y'all weren't even socialized to be good providers, pursuers, providers, and protectors. Black men aren't taught to do that. Y'all make single mothers out of every woman that you get with. Period. And you sitting here saying that I care if I get married. I already fucked up twice. I can admit that. 2 kids, 2 baby daddies. I'm out. I don't care. But you know what? Guess what? I can always collect child support. But a man who has 2 kids, 2 baby mamas, those women are going to be able to extract his resources by force through the child support system. Most Black men would actually prefer the woman give custody to the father so that they can escape the child support obligation. So I did that, but they're in arrears.
Okay, Kendall Oribo says, hey folks, this is the backbone of the community, producing the very men that you hate. Thank you.
I didn't produce any male children, only females, thank God.
Mike Love says, angry single mother, overweight.
How am I
Smurgo says,
the custody of my children?
Smurgo says, Green Gorilla, a PhD, empirically proved that women are equally, if not more violent in DV situations and are usually the ones that provoke the man. Thank you, Smurgo. Again, thank you for your generosity. Accountability Party for Human Rights. He says, for men to be feminine, as she is claiming, we would have to be complaining about it. We aren't complaining about domestic abuse because honestly, society makes it hard to, even if we wanted. We just want accountability.
Do you mind if I respond to that? I don't mean to be rude on your platform, but
go ahead.
I know I'm passionate, but I don't mean to come off as rude. I heard one of them say that I was rude, and I'm just passionate, okay? But they're talking about domestic violence and all of this stuff, and for me, I admit accountability. I think women should be accountable, and I think that a lot of the men, and I'm not saying that men don't experience domestic violence. I know they do. And I've seen it in my between friends and family members that sometimes they choose these materialistic women simply because they have a slim waist and a fat ass, but y'all are only interested in women with a certain figure. So then you get with women who are only relying on their beauty and they don't have any intelligence, any education, any type of spirituality, and then you expect for them to not be superficial. And you expect for these women not to use and abuse you, but all you cared about was a slim waist and a fat ass. So my thing is, you can talk about I'm an overweight or whatever, want to be exotical, but you don't know about my personality. You don't know about my spirit. All men care about, especially these manosphere incels, they care about women's looks. They're very superficial. They're not spiritual, and they choose bad mates simply because they look good. So that's not my problem that she's abusing you because you chose her for the wrong reasons.
Okay, you finished responding to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Lee Wash says, I'm just wondering if it is acceptable for a man to discipline his children. Shouldn't it also be acceptable for him to discipline his wife? Not abuse, discipline.
Right. What is discipline? Because I don't believe in physical discipline. I don't spank my children, and I don't allow anybody to spank them. I think that that's a lazy way to discipline children, and it's not effective. And you can look at the statistics and studies on that.
You can pause this hoe.
You said you can
pause this hoe. You know what I would be interested in seeing? I would love to see a sparring match between her and Kevin Samuels, and he will eat her alive.
No. Now let's get into Kevin Samuels situation. That is for Kevin Samuels. That is blood in the water.
Chum in the water.
Yeah, it's chum in the water.
Because those are the type of women he deals with on his show.
Yeah,
it's those beyond semi, I would say quarterly or maybe 1/10 intelligent women, and he'll eat them up because of the fact is, like, again, you heard her backtrack. You know, try to make you sense the fact that it's like, okay, there is some sense of I understand where she's coming from, but then you continue to talk and figure like, okay, where are you going with this? I really think for her, she's, like I said before, she didn't reveal her age because you know she's young as fuck. She got 2 kids out of wedlock. Because of the fact that, like, one, you couldn't say either no or put on a condom on your man, and you probably feel like it's like whatever issues with that. So there's a lot of things that she contradicts everything that she's trying to, quote unquote, positively try to say, and it's kind of unfortunate.
Hold on. So when it comes to her kids, if you listen to the video in its entirety, you will catch her say that she knew her baby daddy, her first baby daddy, for like 3 years before they conceived, and then she knew the next one for like 4 years.
They were her best friends.
They were her best friends. You know, I call bullshit. I say he was fucking, and she ended up trapping him in the long run and having a child.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is what I'm calling.
She thought he had money.
Yeah, and she trapped him.
In a strip club.
You know what I mean? He caught her in a strip club, and they kicked him for some years. And if he was a dope boy, he was on the block getting money. Yeah. He was able to supply that type of lifestyle, and she decided to trap him. What better way not to get a consistent paycheck by having these men's kids?
I think those baby daddies took those kids because of the shit that we've seen.
Of course.
My baby.
Well, again, let's say this. We fully don't know the scenario. Mind you, she's stating the fact that, like, she gave it to him. Right. He could have, went to paternity court and picked him up.
They just reside. The kids reside with her, but nobody has custody. You have to really watch the video in its entirety. Yeah. She explains it.
He has shelter law.
Yes. What the fuck is that? I've never heard of
No, again, she's shitting out of her mouth. and pretty much is like, I mean, when you say exotical, come on, that's some bullshit.
Yo, that is the word. Kiki, you better, yeah. So, exotical.
Because, again, we heard her say, it was like, it's funny where she says, like, you go after these women with these pretty looks and fat asses. It's like, woman, you probably got a fat ass too, so that's why you got the guys that got you, and you got 2 baby daddies.
You're talking about.
Yeah.
So again, it's like, what are you saying? I just feel like, again, it's just content for her. That's it, and it's kind of unfortunate that there are women who will support this, and even though they know, they probably don't know that this is completely utter bullshit.
They don't know, and even if she behind this gets her content, get her followers up, get more OnlyFans, this will be null and void to her, and this will not even be a point in her brain. She won't even think about it. She will probably even rewatch it or gain anything from it. But what I wanted to tell you about, Tone, earlier.
Come on, cause I got something I want to say about that. But go ahead.
Go ahead. No, because I don't think that she will give a fuck. I think that as
she's
long as the bottom line is increasing whatever her money is that she's getting, and increasing her followers and more dicks to suck, whatever. That's her game plan.
Okay, so let's pause for a second here, because you remember, mind you, she has 2 girls. She has 2 little girls, and the fathers are raising little girls.
And keep in mind, you didn't create them. He did, because the sperm creates the chromosomes to make you girls.
Yeah. So we have two little girls here, and this mother that's on a rant. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
She was on a rant, and she makes and making these ridiculous points. And some people think some of the points are cute or funny, but do you have to think one day that her kids might end up seeing this video of her mother?
They will.
And does this dumb bitch really believe that her children or their daughters are going to want to have anything to do with her?
Absolutely not. Only people who do OnlyFans believe that OnlyFans is like a dope job.
That shit is like, okay, I ain't mad. I'm not going to knock a person doing OnlyFans, but on the same token, I can't respect you anyway.
I wanted to say that only people that do it think it's a dope job. Now we will facilitate. We will pay, we would watch, because everybody likes sex sales. But you already know that, and I had it live about this, would you allow your spouse to do an OnlyFans? Like, or would you get with your girl? So it goes back to what I was saying.
Okay, so but if you have an OnlyFans page, I'm just going to treat you as an OnlyFans page. You're just
I'm talking about not OnlyFans where they're fetishizing you or you showing whatever, but you're fucking.
If you have that type of, who's going to respect you?
So
who's going to respect
I'm going to go back to my aforementioned comment.
I'm not.
My aforementioned comment is that most people who do OnlyFans think that it's a dope job. Like, if me and you are both working at McDonald's, it's dope. We both here. You know what I'm saying? But when you level up and you look back and you see the money that you could be making, or you realize that now we're 40 and we shouldn't be working fries. Like, it's different. I'm not saying that look, those who do it, they love it, but you know that for a fact that you should not, I mean, your daughters are not going to respect you in that profession unless you raise them
say
to
how much
do
money
the
you
same
making
thing.
doing. I don't care how much money you say you're making doing OnlyFans. You're still a jump off.
You're fucking.
You're still a jump off. You're
a
jump
stripper,
off.
and you're a web girl, and you suck dick on this, and you.
At the worst case scenario, you're a dumbed down version of a porn star.
Kiva said, I don't even think that their fathers have them. She said.
I think the fathers do. The fathers' families. You know what I mean? Because clearly, whoever this chick's family is, I really don't think they fuck with her ideology. I really don't think they do. You know what I mean? But I think the fathers, even though they dope boys, somebody's grandma will probably help raise that child. Even if he's a dope boy in the street, I think the fathers, probably are raising these girls. And I hope that he keeps these children. They keep these children protected from that crazy bitch.
And dare I mention, she did divulge her age later. She's 31.
Yeah.
So she ain't 20.
No, she's 31.
She's 31.
She met her first baby daddy when she was stripping in the strip club at 18. We was doing the math, listening to the way she was talking. I was calculating. That bitch was 18 in the strip club, and that's when she met her first baby dad. Bitch, come on now.
I just feel like, okay, so go back to not my comment to you about Kevin Samuels,
okay,
right? Because you and I, prior to us coming on, I said I had a comment. And what I think about, probably a small group of select women that appreciate Kevin Samuels. I don't like everything that he says, but I don't disagree with everything that he says. And where you get Kevin Samuels fucked up is if he calls you and you jump on there trying to beat him at his game, dead. Number one. Number two, if you do not answer what he's asking you. Because a lot of people, they answer what they think he's saying instead of answering the question. And that's when he'll get you fucked up. He'll trip you on your own.
Because he's tripping you. Okay, so you're trying to play his game. And first of all, you stepped into his arena. And you didn't know the rules of his game. And you decided to play his game. So now you're going to get roasted. Off the rip, you're going to get roasted. Because he's listening to what you're saying. And I listened to a video earlier with him talking. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. And he roasted this chick by her words that came out her mouth.
He just turned them back.
That's all he does is turn them back and blast you warm, and then you're sitting there with a dumb look on your face like,
And what he said is, I promise you I didn't hire her. I promise you I can't make this up. That's when he tell you that, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't hire her. She called me on her own. That lets you know you need to rethink what you're saying to this man. He couldn't call me.
And so you have to, like you said, you have to listen to what he's saying. Mm-hmm. And then answer the question like you answer the question. But don't jump out there and just ramble off of, because when I was listening to the chick earlier, she was talking off of emotion. And that's how he burnt you alive. Yeah, because he knows he's a master at that, he can be emotional and have his conversation and roast you at the same time.
Correct.
Who we talking to?
What up?
Mr. Coleman.
What? Hey, PJ.
What up, though?
She made me
good.
PJ.
I got y'all on speakerphone. Can y'all hear me clear?
Yeah.
All right, my bad. I'm working out. Only thing I'm going to speak about is this Kevin Samuels and trying to ban the thing is I feel like it's a slippery slope. This is how I felt about when kind of with Trump, but he was kind of initiating riots. But you cannot ban a person for speaking his opinion on females or people, males and females, that's calling into his show asking for his opinion.
Yes.
Like, I put this on your post. There's nowhere in the world us 80s, 90s babies is this fucking sensitive. The shit that we grew up on, and the wild shit that be on TV, and the media, the radio, and we're that sensitive because finally a man is calling women out on some of that bullshit. But we got to hear that shit all day. Like, come on now.
Yep. As soon as they start hearing that, it's like you said, Mr. Coleman, as soon as they start getting called out about themselves, now you want to ban him and shut him down.
How? Like,
don't ban him.
It's crazy. And then on top of that, he actually does talk to men, and he checks men too.
Yeah.
And like you said, you have to answer his question,
yes.
And then he's going to give you the advice calmly. If you can't take it, that's when it gets disrespectful.
Yeah.
Because you can't ask for an opinion, then start questioning it after you ask for it. You know what I'm saying? You just take it, eat it up, and go with it or don't. Yeah. But as a content creator, most people have been to my page. I talk about a lot of topics, about relationships, sensitive stuff, everything. Now, only imagine if they ban him, so I could just make one post, and I could offend one person on one post, and they could ban me and take away my account. It's a slippery slope for content creators. You got to think about the big picture, not just this little fish.
I said the same thing
But that's about
last
it.
year.
I agree.
said
I
the same
completely
exact thing. I said you have to be very careful with what you agree with when your seat swivels. You have to be careful.
Yep.
But
that's about it.
All right, thank you. Go somewhere, but don't go nowhere.
I mean, Mr. Coleman's dead on point there.
No, you got to be careful. Like I think about all of the shit that I've spoken about over the years, right? And all of the stuff that's coming back to bite me now. Like over the last 3 or 4 years that I've been doing the Kiki Morning Show, and on top of doing this, a lot of that Kiki Morning Show shit came back, and I was banned for a lot of the stuff. So for real, I do understand that, and it blows me because these are my personal feelings. It ain't no statistics on there most of the time. It is people giving their opinions on something. And when you agree with stuff like this, banning someone, you could be next in line. We could be next in line.
And that's what it is. Because now you're telling me that my speech, with my thoughts, I should just keep them to myself and not put them out there and talk about it.
No.
And that's bullshit.
And that's what amendment is that? The Second Amendment? Is the Second Amendment?
The Bill of Rights.
Yeah, Second Amendment. Well, freedom of speech. Like I can say what the fuck I want to say. And then
but like somebody broke it down to me. Somebody broke it down to me is you still have that right of freedom of speech, but you're doing it on their platform, which they control.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? And they control. So in other words, they're controlling what you can say and what you can't say. And for all of us that are on Facebook, you fucking know they're going back and hitting you for shit from years ago. When it was wide open and they hit you, you can't post that now.
They got a whole new summer youth program that they got an internship, and all these interns is up all night checking for the N-word, checking for. But let me say this: you just said it. Facebook. I have a question for you about that.
What's up?
Right, and white man, you as well. If you decide to pull your stuff off of Facebook,
okay,
right? And go somewhere else where they have to pay you for your content, and somebody call you, say that you're trying to gain money and blah blah blah. How do you feel about that? Versus staying on Facebook, changing how you operate to fit whatever they is, whereby changing you as a person.
No, that's unacceptable. I can't change who I am. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to speak how I am. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to change up to make you happy.
For fear of being in Facebook jail, do you switch up and are you different in your content because you already know that community rules, or you just say fuck it, if they catch me, they catch me. And I know
at this point, if you catch me, you gonna catch me. I'm not gonna say, you know what I mean? Because I'm gonna get on Facebook and I'm gonna say some real raunchy shit. I've been really chilling lately, but the thoughts are there and be like, you know what? Fuck it. You used to be a Facebook jail vet. Just go back and be a fucking vet. Create a whole new page and keep on moving. By the time, you know what I mean? By the time they catch up on you on your news page, the old page is coming out of jail, and you just go back and forth.
Because that's the thing that I used to toggle with every day, right? I used to toggle with that. I'm wondering, like, damn, if I come up here, people say, go to Instagram. Instagram is Facebook. I don't care what y'all say. They said, go here, go here.
It's the same shit. Because Instagram is knocking motherfuckers in the head, too, now.
They are. For music.
Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah, so it's the same shit. It's the same shit.
Thing. So, somebody was saying, well, why don't you go to one of those places that they pay? You got to call her? Or you go to one of the places that they pay, but then people was like, pay you for what? When Facebook is free. Hey, caller,
who we talking to?
Hey, it's Triple C.
Hi. What up, Mo? Talk to us.
Best friend, what's happening?
Hey. So, y'all know I'm an avid offender, right?
Yep.
Yeah. In real life, too.
Yeah.
Oh, like I got people counting like the days and the hours of how long I'm out. But I mean, I'm not what I say is what I mean. So I'm not going to stop being who I feel I'm being, as real as I am being, for no one. Will I switch up the verbiage? Yes. Because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the verbiage. It's not what I'm saying, it's how I'm saying it.
Yep.
So I can change that and still get my message across. But if you just ignorant to the whole fact, it's no point in me saying it at all. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a catch-22. I can't be who you want me to be. I have to be who I am in whatever parameters that I'm allowed.
Okay.
I'll say it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. I get down with that.
I
get down with that.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling.
But don't go nowhere.
Hey,
Go somewhere else and piss someone.
Yeah, oh man, go back. Pack your goodie bag and take back with you to Facebook jail.
Can I answer what you asked? There's, for one thing, if I'm going to get paid for my comments, I'm going to take it. Okay. So, I mean, but honestly, it's like, you guys know me. And if you do follow me on Facebook, or if you don't, or Instagram, all this stuff, I rarely say anything.
Yeah, that's true.
The only rant I ever made was 9 years ago. And it was about my Ravens fucking up, after the fourth and 29 against the San Diego Chargers that they survived and all that stuff. So that was like the biggest rant comment I ever done. Everything else has been either fun or festive, or it's like, oh, look at this bullshit or whatever. It's just something simple. I've seen Tone's pages, I've seen Kiki's, I've seen and anybody else's who had their moment in Facebook jail and all that stuff, or even Twitter jail. And I feel like, some of the comments is like, oh, okay, this is how he feels. All right, that's how they feel, and that's how it should be. I think the unfortunate thing is when it comes to these private platforms, mind you, Facebook is a private thing. Yeah. It's set up that way to where it's like, hey, you guys are coming to us to, we're a private company, but to where you publicly say what you want. So but still you got to follow the rules. And I think, thanks to, the orange peel, he kind of went off the rails and made it. And that's why we're in the situation we're kind of in.
They're enforcing it.
Yes, because they feel like it's like, okay, they understood it, even though it's free speech, but then you don't want to create something that you can't contain. And I think with Homegirl and even Samuels, there are certain things where I think that some of the things that they're saying gets to the point where it's kind of like it does become infectious, and to the point where you start creating these odd mobs, of people to start believing in this stuff, even though it's like, okay, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Samuels Show, Real Talk Uncensored, Game Time, which I'll explain. There's and all that stuff. There's this beautiful word that out there that everyone keeps forgetting. Entertainment. That is it. And it's not something to take. You take it too seriously, mind you. It's there's some points, if you're passionate about what they're saying, I can understand. But to the point, an extreme point to where you're believing what they're believing, and without added research for yourself, to where you go look it up, talk to other people about it, discuss it like we're doing here, and get other people's opinions, and see where, again, expanding on this narrative to an understanding to where maybe it's like, is this person right or this person wrong? So after seeing this stupid video, after having conversation with you, this girl needs to stop and get some fucking help. If you are 31 with 2 kids and if you're acting like a spoiled 15-year-old who feels like, I'm going to do whatever I want to do, then it's like, girl, you haven't grown up yet.
Stop what you're doing.
Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you're used to.
He got tangy with that one. He put that tag on it real quick. Oh, man. Classic.
I love it.
Classic.
I'm going to have to make a video out of that.
Yo, listen. Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, tangy ranch dressing.
There you go. Please. Listen. Oh, I can't argue. Woo. Everybody need a second.
Everybody need
Lord, I mean, they say nothing wrong.
What else?
What can you say behind that? Look, he left the microphone, just dropped the microphone and walked away. Like, yo, that's it. That's what it is. We sitting here like, What the fuck, yo?
Tweety said, Ranch dressing did that.
He did. Listen.
What a lie. But just like you said about the mobs, there are people who will pick up, and it will be people that is going to support the fact
that's
that
what Mr. Coleman was saying. Mr. Coleman said you can't incite riots and violence online. This lady and Kevin is not. He shouldn't be mentioned anything close to a ban. There shouldn't be anything much close to a ban when it comes to Kevin.
Shouldn't be.
You know what I mean? I don't think he's inciting a riot, but some of it, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Don't ban him, but hey.
People can slice your character if you prove that your character should be sliced. Like if you're talking to me and I come to the conclusion that you a dumbass bitch, the conversation is gonna go thusly. I'm gonna do everything except for call you one. I'm gonna ask you questions that's gonna bring more of your dumbass bitchness out, and it's easy. Just walk. Come on, Caroline. Come on into the.
But okay. So if
swing some bacon.
So hold on. So like you said, you're gonna bring more of the dumbness out, and I think that's what Jessica X did on her show.
Yeah.
And knew what she was dealing with, and baited her in, and so she could expose the real thinking behind this chick
without her having to say anything. Because it was concluded by the girl's her own words. She didn't have to do much.
If you watch that joint, Jessica bodied her through the whole joint and just let her kill herself. And at the end, when you got to the point where you were that agitated and that mad and disrespectful, okay, I'm gonna cut you off now. You know what I mean?
And the lady's telling you, like, come on. She's like, no. She's like, fuck that.
She's like, but didn't you say this? And you said that? And this bitch said it and then turned around and said, I didn't say that. But you did just say that.
I'm not going to divulge my age. Oh, yeah, but I'm 31. I ain't going to tell you how much I make. But I make 5,000. Shut up. I was at work.
That shit was crazy. Look, I'm on my way into the studio, and so I was taking a nap earlier, and I get this thing, and I look at it and I say, oh, God, it's a video. I already saw the first video that Kiki sent me, and I was like, oh, God, okay. What is this? And she's like, well, check this out. And I'm like, okay. So I get in the car, and I'm driving along, and I turn it on, and I swear to God, not even 5-10 minutes into the shit, I had to stop it and call Kiki. What the fuck is this?
I was like, no.
Go back and watch it. And I sat in the car, because I was sitting through traffic getting here. I was listening to this shit, and I was like, what? Nigga, I had a whole headache. I was lost. I didn't know where I was at. I looked up, didn't know where I was at. This bitch confused the shit out of me, man. But please watch the video. You know what I mean? Brandy, watch that shit. Go hit a couple J's. Go live. Yeah. I just want to tune in. I just want to tune in and sit back and watch. That's all. Because now that's what I usually do. I just tune in and sit back and watch.
I feel I was hurt listening to it, one, because I'm a woman. And you hate to know that somebody out there that shares your gender is ridiculously lost, yes, like this lady is. And the fact that you jump on here and you don't really realize, like, where your support system at?
So Kiki, I got a question for you real quick. And I'm a little confused because her obviously her family was somewhat religious because her dad was a pastor.
Yeah.
So how did she get lost like that? I know her dad passed away and everything.
Most pastor kids, they just do opposite of what they know. And for real, most of them, they usually rebel and go to that side. So
she was like, I know the Bible very well. And I forgot the name she said.
I know it better than you.
She was like, what I forgot the name she said. There was a prostitute. I don't know the Bible.
Mary Magdalene.
Yeah. She was like, she was a prostitute.
Mary Magdalene was a prostitute. And then you were doing this, like... Secondly, I just want to bring notice and light to our beautiful black men. Not everybody that has a baby is a single, their baby fathers didn't leave them high and dry or didn't take care of the kids. I really want that to be said. And I want it to be said that if you choose to date outside your race, that's fine. But what you can never do is generalize.
Yes, that's what she did.
It's not cool to do so.
That's what she did, though.
Her experience was just that, but then you contradicted that, so I feel sorry for you. Like, oh shit, then it turned back around. You contradicted it.
It made you feel like, you felt sorry for her, and you were wrong for feeling sorry for her because she's lying.
You're lying. And you said it out of your mouth. And
that was the part that I guess she was getting mad because she was getting exposed over the shit that was coming out of her mouth. Like, I was really saying it, but she was.
But in tone, we need to shed light too. Misandry, which is dislike or hate for disdain for black men, that's growing. That's growing. And for I feel sorry for brothers because the police have that. You have these women that have that. You have other men that have that. You have races that have that. Like I can't. And I will forever uphold.
So let me ask you this: is it really growing, or has it always been there? And now that we're in this age, in this era, is it more exposed now? Is
because
it more,
of the orange
you're
pill.
seeing it more.
Because of the orange pill. Everybody who believes it or now feels like they have the right to share it and show it, right? Two, internet goes a long way. In this video, I don't know how many shares Shorty got on there, how many views they have on it, but that's 900,000 eyes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That could be like I want to use the word op mob again. That could just be sitting in the corner like, yeah, I feel that way too. And it's just and I'm not saying that it's new that people don't like black men, but I think to show it in such grave numbers.
They don't give a fuck anymore. They're not hiding
give a fuck.
I think it was always there, and it wasn't. We weren't seeing it as we are seeing it now. And you're seeing it from all angles now. I mean, it is what it is. I just feel sorry for those people. That's all I can say. I just feel sorry for you. You know what I mean? I'm not going to worry about it. You know, I'm glad I have a black son. He yellow, but he black, but he yellow.
And then you got to think about it. Like, while you talking about these black men, it is women who give birth to them. You think you ain't got your hand in some of these?
Bitch, you fucked a black man. You fucked two black men. You're fucking black men. You're sucking their dick. They paying you to suck their dick. You know what I mean? That's all you're good for. That's all you're good for. I don't think your dick sucking skills is that good either. I bet your fucking coochie stinky. You can't wipe your ass because your arms are short.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
She a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Yeah. She's like, she's little arms. She can't wipe her ass and all that shit. I bet under her titties is a little musty too. Nasty bitch.
They big.
Motherfucker.
Probably got powdered cake.
Shit, look. So I got questions too, y'all, but we're going to say that for another time. That's a question. I got a live coming because I got questions, and I'm talking about you sucker ass niggas. I got to come out because I'm not going to bash ladies. You know what I mean? But because when I talked to you about you earlier, I think I'm going to go live with that.
Yeah, because I need to leave. I hate
you
it.
Leaving.
It's 6:48. I need to leave. Like, I should have been gone 3 minutes ago.
Okay, so.
But I love talking to you.
And I love talking with you. So, but I'm gonna have to make this live because you ladies are contributing factor to this because these niggas is doing it for y'all.
I'm listening to you.
My questions. Okay, King. You know what I mean?
Slowly exit.
She's slowly exiting the joint. So look, y'all, the live is coming. And I got questions. And it's been brewing. You know what I mean? And it really stemmed because yesterday I was in fucking Wegmans, right? I'm walking through fucking Wegmans, and I'm like, all right, I'm picking up shit, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to grab this bottle of wine, and okay. This dude comes walking past me. His ass cheeks was hanging out. Drawers just hanging, just these black dingy drawers on, his ass cheeks hanging out. And this wasn't no kid. This was a grown-ass motherfucking man. It was a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? Help me understand, and I don't want to hear that this is the style and this is the trend. Nigga. You're walking around with your pants hanging out. Please do not get into an argument with me because I'm that petty. You arguing, I'm going to grab your pants and snack them down around your ankles and push you the fuck over and kick you in the face. There ain't nothing you can really do. But I'm trying to understand the style, these styles and these trends right now. What makes this thing is cool? Like, yo, help me understand the man purses. It's still a fucking pocketbook. But I need to understand it because I'm watching these dudes, and this dude, a white man, he didn't even have on a fucking belt. And the way he was walking, nigga, you trying to walk to keep your pants up, but you got shit in your arms, and you're walking with your girl where her titties was on, but that's a whole nother ball game. You know what I mean? Both of y'all was looking fucked up collectively as a couple, but later for that, though. Nigga, the main thing was the white people were like, huh? Nigga, you had no couth at all. I got questions, y'all. A live is coming. We're going to talk about it. I need to know. I don't understand.
I never understood it either. I feel weird without a belt. You know, especially if my shorts aren't, or if my especially with shorts, if they're slipping, it's like, okay, I'll need a belt or get a new tie or get a new shorts because, you know, if they're not fitting right, then it doesn't make sense to continue wearing them unless you wear them at home. So, but I don't get it, especially like you said, when I see, it was one thing seeing, you know, late teens or even now, even early, that any teenager up to their 20s, you know, college kids doing it. It's like, all right, that's probably the trend. No. But here we are. But once I started to see 30-somethings and 40-somethings and soon to be 50-somethings, I'm like, really, dude, you can't buy a belt. I mean, I don't want to see your butt crack. You're not a plumber. I mean, come on. I don't want to see this.
Man, okay, so my daughter is dating this dude, right? And her and this dude are dating. So at Father's Day, she decided, we were hanging out at my dad's, was chilling, and she was like, yo, she's going to bring the boyfriend over so the boyfriend can meet my dad. I looked at my daughter and said, do you think that's a good idea? And she was like, yeah, I want Pop to meet my boyfriend. Okay. I didn't say shit. I walked in the house. I sat down. I said, yeah, Niera's on the way. She bringing a boyfriend. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting him. I was like, okay. I'm sitting there giggling. Me and my son are giggling because we know what time it is. This boy walks in. His motherfucking hair is braided, but they looking bad like they ain't had the shit braided in like 6 months. You know what I mean? He comes in with some dingy clothes on, and his ass cheeks was hanging out. In his drawers. Black drawers, ass hanging out, right? My dad said, nigga, how you gonna come to my house and your panties hanging out? My father clowned this man in his face, this boy in his face, and the boy got mad. You know what I mean? But rightfully so. You look like a chick. Looked at my daughter and was like, this what you like to deal with? Well, Pop, that's the trend. That ain't no trend. I don't understand it. And then, you know, the more, because I work in Maryland, I see this shit all the time. I'm not understanding. I can't say shit to my daughter. She's 21, y'all. Y'all know she's grown. Okay. But I don't understand it. You know what I mean? What's so cool about that shit? Like, I feel awkward. If I go outside and my shit is like you said, it don't fit right, I can't leave without a belt. If I'm wearing pants, I always have a belt on. You will always catch me with a belt. I just can't. I can't. My son, he know better than that shit. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, look, you come in the house, you walk around the house with your ass, I'm going to kick you right up in your ass, nigga. The fuck wrong with you? I don't want to see your little shitty ass drawers, nigga. Why should I have to be in the street and see these niggas with these shitty ass drawers out? I don't get it. Somebody help me understand this shit. You know, I'm just, it's crazy. Oh, shit, it's already that time.
Yeah,
God,
it's that time.
It's that time. Shit.
See what happens when time flies by?
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. You're having good conversations. All right, y'all. So I posted that thing on my page. If you don't on my page and you can't see it, let me know. I sent it to you.
Fair warning. Just fair warning.
Fair warning. You have to have a drink or two, something to mellow your nerves before you really watch it and get into it. Because we just showed you bits and pieces, clips here and there. If you sit back and watch the whole thing in its entirety, yo, I swear for God, you're gonna lose your mind. You're gonna understand. But yo,
and you're insanity.
This is Real Talk Uncensored. I support Kevin Samuel, brother. I support you. We'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.
We are Ripped Radio Network.